Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. I'm Evan Teague, and with me, like always, is the man who somehow survived Order 66, Noah Bailey.
Well,
And, yeah, Clone Wars Season 7, finished. I don't even know where to start.
oh man, like I'm so happy with how good it was, but like I'm so sad because it's over, and it's like,
So it's just a little thing, but like I love the fact that these last 4 episodes of season 7, they weren't Star Wars Clone Wars The Siege of Mandalore part 1, 2, 3, 4. It was, or like anything like that. It was just Clone Wars part 1, Clone Wars part 2. Like like the rest of the show mattered, but like this is really the story that like this is the part that really matters. I just love that.
it's so good, and like it's such a huge like because I mean this is the whole moment of the whole show's been building towards everything. So and it's every moment is just huge. Like everything is so epic,
And I love how the show just knows that you've seen Star Wars. It just like it doesn't like explain too much. It doesn't like, outside of like one scene, it doesn't like show stuff from the original movie. It just like it explains it in a way where if like since you've seen episode 3, you can be like, oh, Anakin's in a meeting. It's probably the one where he's going to tell Grievous that they went to, that or he went to go tell Palpatine that Grievous was found, and that's the meeting where Anakin finds out he's a Sith Lord, and then that leads just.
And by the time you're like, oh, it's like I'll talk to him after he gets back, and I'm like, ooh,
like
so close.
Like I was obviously I was fully expecting for episode 3 to happen during this 4-part arc, but I was expecting it to start like episode 2. But no, like right as soon as the first part, like not 10 minutes in, they're already off to save the Chancellor.
Yeah, they're going. And like I remember when I heard like the arms alarm or whatever, I was like, oh crap, this is happening. I was like, no.
Now?
I was like, wait, no, I just saw him, like, because that's the last time you're gonna see
the last thing they say is just good luck. Like there's nothing like ceremonious. It's just good luck.
Like give him a hug or something. Like you don't know it's the last time you're gonna see him, but still, been a while. And like. It's just so hard because he just like has such a nice look on his face, and you're like, that guy's gonna murder children in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Like
within 36 hours, he is going to be the most evil person on the planet. Like
and it's just like, but how though? Like just
because you've seen. Seen the progression of his civic character through the Clone Wars, it actually makes sense now. At least
I know! It's like all the context, and you've seen all the moments where he's been ruthless, but it's like been kind of justified because they were bad guys, but now his perception of bad guys changes, so it's like, oh no! It's like, and you still love him. You're just like, oh, like, no, but he's my favorite. Like, not my child. Like, so much feels that it's hard. Like that first episode just gets you right in the feels like the whole time. And I love how I just like when like they're talking. It's like okay, like everyone's in the meeting room talking. Everyone's just like you can just feel everyone's just not happy. Like they're just like
all the Jedi.
They're like the Jedi won't help. He's like look, he's like. Coruscant needs. It's like, no, the Chancellor needs you. I was like,
that's not fair. It's like, well, the Jedi aren't really about being fair now, are they? They kicked me out.
Right? I imagine Anakin be like, fresh burned you. Like, it's like, dang, just, you're right. Like, dang.
Like he's only going because his master's going, but like
right, and it's just like and it's like this is we've seen this in other arcs where you could obviously see Anakin's like, well, we'll go save the Chancellor, but we'll do it a different way on the way to Mandalore or something like that, But here he's like, no, let me go because the Chancellor's his friend. He's not gonna, he's not messing around. This is a big deal. It's just, and it's totally valid that they're going. I mean, you gotta go, but like.
Yeah, like that is the heart of the Republic getting attacked in any
Right,
quest is a big deal.
if Washington D.C. gets overrun, like you gotta go. I mean, oh my
And
gosh.
just this, there was only like two scenes that really showcased the council in this arc, but really both the scenes were just like, they deserve what's coming. Like,
Yeah, like
Ahsoka walks in and like was like, I captured Maul for you guys, and Yoda's like, as a Jedi, no, just not a citizen, I think. And then later he's like, mind tell me what this Darth Sidious thing is about, and he's like, and Maul, and Ace Wendy's like, sorry, this is for Jedi matters only, you civilians.
God,
Like,
dude,
she
like,
captured the most deadliest man
I was
in the entire galaxy, and you won't let her in.
like, bro, I just caught a guy who has killed multiple Jedi as not even like an official Jedi Knight, just like still technically a Padawan if I was a Jedi. Like, bro, like put some respect on my name, man. And also like it's like, dude, like I can't wait for you to go first. Like, just like, oh, you're the worst. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, we got to talk about Maul. Just,
dude.
Again, they were so smart about just like feeding you information where like it makes sense that he would know at least that there is a plan. Like probably at the time he was Palpatine's apprentice, he probably didn't the plan probably wasn't actually enacted yet, but he knew that the end goal was galactic domination through power of the Sith.
Because I mean, it makes sense he wouldn't know the clones yet, because remember, the clones aren't made till episode 2. He's done in 1, so like the details he doesn't get. He knows that Darth Sidious is the Chancellor, is secretly playing both sides against each other. Like he knows that
about
part.
Anakin, like they were
right,
been in effect.
Yeah. And and I love his like reaction when he realized like Dooku's dead. He's like, he was a pawn, just like me. He's so like, like just so like,
none of this matters.
No, it doesn't. Like his quote before they fight, it's like, justice is only the receptive of the most powerful. I forgot exactly what he said.
Ooh, shoot.
It was such a good quote, and it was just like
he had a lot of fantastic quotes in the second
episode.
episode. Like
he's so
every
right.
single choice you made has led you to this moment, reaching out his hand, very episode 8-ish. Like that's
And I like the point he made about Ahsoka also being cast aside. Like, not in the same way, but in the same way. They're kind of very similar, which I'd never thought of those symbolism before, because she also was working towards this side of the Force, and then was, in one way or another, left, and is now still working towards a goal without that. So I don't know. It's just, it's very
she's
cool.
only, in the end, she's not fighting Maul because like she hates him. She's fighting Maul more or less to like defend Anakin's honor, who at that point is like turning as we speak. Like,
it's so crazy because at this moment he's so close to just and that's the thing. It's just if you only knew what was happening.
Yeah, like if she had just trusted Maul and just accepted that Anakin's going to turn evil, they might have been able to save the galaxy. But
right, and and again, at that point you weren't going to save everyone. Most of the Jedi were still going to die because there's but it was like Anakin's like he said, like Anakin's the key. If Anakin doesn't turn, then we can salvage this. But they just can't. Oh my gosh.
And then that fight, Clone Wars has obviously been like peak lightsaber duels for the entire franchise. Like they're definitely a different style of the prequels and of the I could easily see an argument for liking the style of the original trilogy lightsabers better, but like that Maul versus Ahsoka, like I knew it would be good, but oh my goodness, was that good?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many little things. Like at one point she like almost drops a laser, but quickly grabs it again, and like
I think she like intentionally dropped it to like block. She was launching backwards, and she dropped it to
like stuff like that. Like that's so cool. Like and like such a like real fight kind of thing you would do, and like a lot of kicks, a lot of flips, a lot actual fighting while not just hitting the sabers, but actually like fighting. There's like punches and elbows
and yeah, they actually got stunt doubles to like choreograph it and like be the models for them to animate around. Like it just
Yeah, they got what is his name? Ray. I forgot the guy who actually does Darth Maul. Like they got him to do like the motion capture or whatever, and it looks and he like before they fight, he does the same pose before the Phantom Menace where he like pulls it out and has his other hand back and like, oh, it's like stuff like that, man. It's
like
so awesome.
backing up just a little bit, like Ahsoka's talking to Bo, and they're walking into the main palace like room, and it just opens up, and you just see Maul, and that's like every single time a door opens in Star Wars, something terrible is on the other side.
like the call back or call for or whatever to like the dinner party where he's just chilling. It's like that
a couple times in Clone Wars too.
Yeah, I know. Count Dooku did that one time. He's just chilling, like just hanging out, just being evil. Don't mind me, like. And then how she like runs out to his restroom, he just just
stop.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work.
Does not care. Like, I'm not here for you. And I love how
he's so sassy. Like, don't leave on my account, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Like when they're both gonna fight him, and then he just explodes. He's like, I'm not supposed to go deal with that. Like, why don't you go run along? And I'm just like, savage. Like, I love it. He's done so well here. It's amazing. I'm like,
and I love how, like, Maul. In all intents and purposes, Maul beats Ahsoka. Like, he disarmed her twice, and he could have killed her if his goal wasn't to like bring her onto his side. If after he disarmed her, if his goal was to kill her, he would have killed her.
Yeah.
But like,
because like even when like she doesn't have lights, he could have just cut the pole she was standing on. She would have fallen or anything. But he's trying to get her back
because he gave her just a little bit of time to like, rebalance herself. She was able to finish him. So there's so many people who like hate that episode because she beat him. And I'm like, she technically beat him, but really he won the duel, I guess.
Yeah, but again, the goal wasn't to kill each other. The goal, he was trying to get her to his side. And obviously that if you kill the person you're trying to get to join, that kind of ruins the point.
Also, I love just like after the opening bit of the first episode, there was no more droid stuff. There was no Grievous stuff. It was all, Mandalorian clone stuff, and I felt that was
so that opening scene where they're just invading Mandalore, and then just you think, oh, those are missiles, and then after the missiles come like soldiers, and I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. Like, and they jump out, and like everyone's got jetpacks, and like, oh, it's so the music is going, and such a great moment.
Yep. And they capture them all, and like, again, just like throughout the third episode, like they kept dropping hints of like, okay, this is where we are in episode 3. Just kind of, you've seen that movie, you know what's coming, like.
Right.
And then like the moment I literally like started just literally like shaking, freaking out in my seat was when they're jumping to hyperspace and one clone turns to Rex and like, sir, the new order just came in. I'm like,
oh!
we know what the orders are.
It's probably just good news. And I'm like,
good from a certain point of view. Like, I don't know.
Oh man, and like, I think it's so interesting how like Rex was like, you could tell he was already like upset. But it's interesting because when she mentions Anakin, he drops the helmet. Yeah. You can tell he still cares about both of them. And she doesn't know what's happening to him. He's actually the problem, not the solution. But yeah, because she can't feel him with the Force anymore, I believe, because of the turn to the dark side or something like that.
Yeah, and I really appreciate how they actually straight up use sound bites from the movie. They didn't re-record it with these actors. They just use sound bites.
Yeah, I think that's really and like exactly where we're at, and from then on, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so crazy.
Maul having his own awesome hallway scene because every Sith got to have one of those.
Because
Not complaining.
awesome! You didn't even need a lightsaber. You just ripped the walls
you're gonna
off.
give me a fighting chance. Like, I'm not rooting for you. Go die. Like, what are you good at?
But like, to be honest, I would probably do that too. Because like, we did just. I mean, this guy has been causing problems for this planet for some time. Like, just be enough for me to get away.
And then, like, even without a lightsaber, he like an entire squadron of clones, and he just wouldn't just chop all their heads off with just random stuff.
Like, casually, and like the dude where he like rips the dude, like gets the guy's arms on and takes the communicator. I'm like, just give this man a medal. Like, oh my goodness, like stuff like that is just unreal. Because it's crazy. Because you think, oh, he doesn't have a lightsaber, but it's also like, does he really need it though? Like. But so cool.
No, it really does. Not that I need
Short answer, no.
But like, it helps.
Yeah, it's more for the aesthetic, honestly, at this point.
And
so cool.
I actually kind of like the droids that were helping out. Like,
yeah.
Usually I don't really love random droids just being there, but they've actually had a good arc in this, and like actually felt bad when they died, which is weird.
Yeah, they got wrecked too. I was like, oh man, like kill them straight. I was like, ooh, that's rough.
Fun fact: do you remember when Ahsoka said, "Use Anakin's code"? You remember what that code was?
It was 8108.
Yeah, that's the original release date of the first Clone Wars.
Yeah,
August 10th, 28.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, which it's stuff like that. It's like I do like when numbers and stuff do stuff like that. I always think
that's a very Star Warsy thing to do. So
right, yeah, it is. Like it's code and all this stuff and so cool.
And this that entire last episode was just heavy. Is the best way to put it. Like.
Yes, because the whole time, they're not running from just faceless clones. Like, we know these guys. Like, we've been with Jesse since, like, season 3. Like,
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, this guy is not kidding. Like,
was he one of the ones that almost got firing swatted on Umbara?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's been... I know he was, I think he went to the Citadel? No, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know, but
he was in the Citadel.
He's been around. Like, Jesse's been around, because he's been the medic. I remember, he's been around since, like, I think that's a season 1 episode, The Deserter. Because he was the one...
2, I think.
Okay, maybe season 2. But yeah, he's been, because that's the first episode I remember, because he was talking about how he outranks Rex as in injury cases. Because he was the medic guy, which now he's an ARC trooper, which makes sense. Yeah. We've been going on for a while. But like, like stuff like this is like,
it's very interesting. Like we know these clones just by watching them, but Ahsoka and Rex, like they've been fighting with them for years.
These are your brothers in arms,
and even though they're literally about to crash land, Ahsoka still like demands that Rex doesn't kill anybody, even though they're probably just gonna die anyway. Like that's so interesting.
Yeah, and like the point, like my thing was like even Rex was like, look, I know it's hard, but like I'm willing to kill them, like and like that's huge because like how big of a deal it was, especially on Umbara with Krell when they were, with how heart-wrenching that was and they were sent against each other and how big of a deal it is. But he's like, at this point, like, I gotta do what I gotta do. And like, that's huge.
Look, you might not want to kill them, but they do not have the same idea. Like,
it is their. He's like, don't kill them. He's like, tell them that. Like,
and I love how like Rex tries to play the thing where like she's not technically a Jedi.
Yeah. You can just tell, but I do love how it like gets them at least talking.
Yeah.
Like it's not just no, sorry, and then shoot. Like, Jesse, because it is Jesse. Like it's not just mind control. All hail Palpatine. It's very much
Terminators. They were still their personality, just with a goal.
Yeah. Which that's huge, at least for me, because it's like that's such a big, because it's like they're not just wiped away. They still have their orders, but they still their own person, which is crazy.
Oh, and just the use of music throughout this entire arc, like playing. I don't remember if it's the song that plays during Anakin for Obi-Wan's fight or the Order 66 sequence, but the song that plays when Ahsoka's first attacked by the clones. Just that's like one of my favorite songs from the prequels, and it's just so like foreboding, and like you can just tell this sense of dread just by the way the song is played. John Williams is such a master. Like
it's so, like the emotion you just feel in the music, and just how the tension is just so thick, and you're just dying. It's just like, oh my gosh, like. You know, because they're actively about to crash while this is all going on, and like,
yeah, because Maul ripped out the hyperdrive while they were in hyperspace. Like,
casual, such a Sith Lord move, man. Like, come on, man.
Like, would have been more powerful, so sure.
That is true. Like, kind of just casually, you know, stuff like that. It's so huge, and like, you know, like, and like all the clones and. How like
I do love just how creative they were of like how to incapacitate the clones, like the droids like lifting and lowering those shafts to
and I was a little like because I know they didn't want to kill him, but like at some point I'm like, okay, somebody's got to die, like or something. I thought at first they were gonna like open up the hangar, like take the like air or anti-gravity off, and they just like fly out or something, something like that. Like that would have been crazy.
To save them all or whatever.
Which at the end. That's what I think. I was like, well, they're all gonna die anyway. Like, but you know, I won't be the one. Which I respect that, but also I probably would argue in that moment.
And then just the very, very end, like they crash, and they take probably days to bury every single crew.
Oh yeah. There were hundreds of those guys, if not more. Like,
and like, I would have been satisfied if it just like ended on just like all those graves cut to credits, but no, it kept going. It cut to like potentially like 10 years in the future, and like stormtroopers are just like around, and
and they got probe droids and everything. Like,
and Vader shows up and like takes her saber, and she's like, well. Or Vader's like, well, she probably died then.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
And I love that they brought. Like, I didn't think they would. I was like, no, they won't. But then again, maybe they might.
I was really hoping they would.
I was too. I was like, oh wait. And then you hear the breathing go, ooh! And then,
just hearing the breathing.
It's so it's so epic because you just know, and like, oh man, it's so good.
Like the visual of it ending on like one of the clone trooper helmets, like with Vader in the background walking away. It's such a good.
And like that's great, you know. And it's still got the face paint on it from the thing. It's sort of like even like an evil Sith Lord's got to be like, dang, that's rough. Yeah. But
even after he turned Vader, you can just kind of tell. Like, I kind of hope she survived, but this was like confirmation that she had died, but she didn't. So. Yeah, I guess.
Man, that's crazy. Like, oh, so much feels and like seeing Darth Vader just in this clone, it just hurts so much. Just wow, man. Like,
I like obviously a part of me is sad that it's over, but just the way it ended exactly the way we all wanted. Order 66. Yeah. With like focusing on Ahsoka and Rex, not dying.
You knew it had to come down to this. And I love how, I know we talked about this a second, but like just how Maul's just like talking about what's happening. It's like, oh, any minute now, if I'm right, this is going down. Like, it's just a little, like they're all like, what's going down? I'm like, oh my god!
It was Maul who like noticed, it going down before Ahsoka did. Like, you started hearing like the lightning cracking from Sidious, and then his eyes open is like, oh, shoot.
Like, oh, it's like The Office. It's like, oh, it's happening. Stay calm. Like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And then, like, stuff like that. It's just like, so crazy. And like, I don't know, it's just like just throughout this, just when they just throw little tidbits of what's going on, it's like, oh, I'm like, all right, so where are we? And then Obi-Wan comes and is like, I'm being sent to Utapau. Anakin's flying on the fence. Like, okay, we're here.
Yep.
Now we're here. And then next thing we know, it's like, wait, how much time has passed? Oh, this is it. That's Tower. You're like, oh, okay. Now I know where we are. This is what, oh man, and just. And they got everyone back. Ian McDermott, like everybody back. And
I mean, it was
like,
the same voice line, but
right, but still, like that's still powerful, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, so much emotion. Just
like
so
it's
cool.
so hilarious that when I first started watching the show, I didn't like back in 08 or 9 whenever the show actually came out. I honestly didn't love it. I felt like the art style didn't really match the universe, and I thought, the lightsabers and the droids and everything were just kind of stiff and just didn't really do it for me. And I think I jumped off watching every episode every single week mid season 3, like right before the Sith, the Force Planet arc, whichever that. Mortis. Yeah.
Mortis. Yeah.
Like right before that, I watched the commercial for that arc, and I was like, I'm good. It's like, I don't need this. This feels too world breaking, and it kind of was, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Good arc, but it's not really it. That's like the only arc in the show that's like, this only makes sense because the main characters have seen Star Wars. Like,
yeah.
But whatever. It ended up not mattering because they got their mind wiped or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
which was a little but
like,
but I wish they had to maybe just kept it in his mind. Not everything, obviously, but just little hints of it in his mind or something. Or maybe after that he started acting a little darker and
he kind of did.
Yeah, but he was already doing some messed up stuff with the whole Pogba the Lesser and all that stuff. But man, even earlier this season, he wasn't playing around. I love it.
And after rewatching the whole show twice now, I just right after I stopped watching, it gets phenomenal. Second half of season 3, second half of season 4 into all of season 5, season 6, season 7, it's almost all really good.
Right. It's good, and the Darth Maul stuff starts, and that's crazy, and everything with Mandalore.
It never did explain exactly what Sidious did with Maul after that one fight in season 5. I guess was that just a display of power? Don't
there's
test him,
supposedly yeah. Well, no, there's a comic book or so, a novelization or something that explains that more. Which in this case, I'm okay with that. Not and when it's the big movie, not when it's the big movie, but he's in prison, and then some of his followers from not Death Watch but Mandalore or whatever find him and get him out, and Maul just kind of Sidious is kind of just whatever. But
okay.
Yeah, I guess he's well, my plan's so far along, it won't really matter. Because he's kind of, because at that point, it's you can't really stop it if you knew what was happening.
I love how, Maul's plan was for one last, jab at Sidious, just to, try to kill his future apprentice. That feels so right. I was his first major apprentice that we know of, and, he cast me aside when he thought I was dead. And, because Sidious had to have known Maul was alive this whole time. He had to have sensed that.
Something, yeah. Which is interesting because for a while, because it is when that confrontation on Mandalore and in season 5, it's it is interesting that he does seem a little surprised at first, or at least he acts that way. So maybe not, but I mean, he had to have known somewhat. He's wait a minute, I know that sense. It's prepare my shuttle. Brings black cloak.
That blue guy had to have known the whole time, right?
Yeah. I want to know about that guy. He that guy knows everything. He's the secret dude, the secret right hand man to the baddest dude in the universe. Like, he's got to know.
Like, there were several episodes that end with Palpatine just like monologuing at him. Like, he had to have known.
He knew. Yeah, he knew something. Yeah, and he's even like arguing with the Jedi at some points, and I'm like, interesting.
Like, is he being mind controlled? Is he just a turncoat? Is he actually just a Sith himself? Like, what is this?
Maybe he's just like maybe he's just along for the ride. He's like, I mean, this guy's gonna take over the galaxy. I'm not gonna stop him. So I mean, you know, I mean, I'm 1 second away getting force thrown out that window like that door, like Mace Windu.
Like, was he always evil, or like did he always have these ideals even when Chancellor Valorum was around? Did like Sidious just like the decent? It's whatever.
Who knows? It's unclear.
Like, there's a whole Wikipedia article about him, but I don't
probably. But
hold on,
effort. But no, it's just it's so crazy and like, oh my gosh, it's so good. But like, man, I don't want it to be over. Like,
yeah,
I already miss it.
Like it. Like I said, I'm sad that it's over, but like, there's literally no better way the show could have ended. Like, you could have had more episodes, even an entire other season, but like, it wouldn't have mattered because this is how the show ends. Like, this is the only logical way this show ends, and it's done well, like perfectly, even I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great end. I mean, ending, like, it's heart-wrenching, it's dramatic, it's you know, there's so much action in it. You know, there's not a dull moment the whole time. You're like, okay, when's it like? Because it's already crazy, but you're like, okay, when are things gonna get insane? And you're just waiting for it.
Literally, the only thing that makes this episode even like slightly iffy to me is the fact that we already know that both Ahsoka and Rex survive because they're in Rebels.
Yeah.
If we hadn't known Rex was in Rebels, then like we would be fearing for his life too.
Yeah,
but he was fine. He
that's
got shot
like
a couple of times, but like he would have been fine.
Yeah, that's like the only thing. But yeah, other than that, because I mean, you knew everyone else had to die because I was like, I mean, got to do it. And like, honestly, I kind of want, like, I don't want to say I wanted them killed, but I wanted to like see him like kind of kill at least some of them, just like, you know, like tears in their eyes and all, but still, like, actually, like, that moment would have been so rough to just be, you know, they're just like, I can't do it, like, I gotta do it, like, oh no, come on. But,
like, Rex actually was crying over it, like, she took
it's
so that's
oh my gosh, I mean, we knew it was coming, but when it got there, I was not ready. Oh man.
And like, I love how Maul, like, he gets to the scene and sees, you know, all those clones versus Ahsoka and Rex, and he's like, I'm not dealing with that, bye.
He's like, oh, that looks like a problem. I'm gonna not be in that.
I gave you a chance, you turned it down.
Yeah. He's like, whoops, it's time to run. Like, he doesn't even like wait until I think it's what did you think about Ahsoka kind of like pulling the ship for a while?
I like
what
it.
I thought it was pretty
like
cool.
how she didn't like pull it down completely. Like, theoretically, I feel you should be able to lift something that big, but you shouldn't be able to, like, if it's trying to fly away like that. Just one Jedi, I don't think should be able to pull it down.
Right.
Star Killer was already ridiculous. Like, that was entire cruiser. But like, at least he was literally bred to be that powerful, so that's one thing. But like, Ahsoka, we haven't seen her be that powerful, so like, just holding it in place, I think, was fine.
Yeah, I think that was fine. Yeah, I was a little shocked. Like, I was expecting her to like get like nicked in the arm or something, and then him get away or something like that. But but it was still
Just gotta let him go. Yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, you gotta save the one clone who's not trying to kill you. Gotta help him out.
There were a couple of times when, like, there are probably, 300 clones in this one hangar, and all of you are missing Rex. Like, what is that? What is this?
Yeah. I mean, again, hey, Order 66, so Stormtrooper in.
Yeah.
Boom.
There
it is.
Unless they're aiming at a Jedi, they have Stormtrooper ram.
Yes.
Okay. Because
it's like, what about the ones to the temple? Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, nothing. Like, God, right. So you're telling me Cutie Buddies troopers had stormtrooper aim? It's like, okay, maybe not.
I don't know.
maybe like one of them, but like the rest of them pretty much did their job. But
I love how at some point, either on Disney Plus or actually in theaters, they are going to have a movie called Clone Wars: The Siege of Mandalore, or Clone Wars, Order 66 or whatever, and like just mash all four of these episodes together in like an hour and a half movie and just show it, because it's cut perfectly to lead into each episode to lead into each other. So
yeah, and I love how they all end exactly where the next one starts off, especially the first and the second episode. It's literally the same shot.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's really good. God, I'm like,
like, not only do I want that, I also want an edit, and there's actually a couple of people on the internet already doing this, but I want an official edit that has like the both Revenge of the Sith and these 4 episodes like interwoven.
Yeah. It's like they're going, what's going on at the same time? Yeah, because like they say they're descending on Mandalore at the same time as the Battle of Coruscant starting. So it's interesting. They have like the opening of episode 3 going on at the same time with the music, and like it looks so good.
It wouldn't really be this, like, if it actually was like a full-on movie, it wouldn't really be the same, since like the opening crawl leads directly onto Coruscant, but like.
But still, I mean, who knows? Like, depending on how long it takes to get to Mandalore from there, or Coruscant, who knows? They said it was like an hour for Coruscant, so maybe that's enough time. Who knows? But it was the same day at least.
Yeah.
God, so crazy. Like, and that's what's so crazy. Like, so much is going on, and you're thinking, well, all this is going on. Something even crazier is going on somewhere else. And you're just like, you might be in a pickle, but you're not Anakin turn into the dark side in a pickle. Like,
And like, season 7 has this entire season has looked straight up beautiful, like better than anything we've ever seen from Clone Wars. But like these 4 episodes in particular, especially the Ahsoka Maul fight, literally like. There were several times I forgot I was watching a TV show. I legitimately thought I was watching like
a movie,
a Disney-produced movie. Like,
oh, the animation's beautiful, the details, like when the glass shatters, and like how big the music gets. Like, so much good stuff, man.
So many just perfect shots. So many just like things you wanted to see throughout the entire series. So many just. Like, the only criticism for season 7 really is that they didn't get all of it. But like, again, like I said, it ended perfectly. So like, so what, we didn't see that like arc on Utapau, or that like 2-episode arc of Boba and Cad Bane around. Like, we didn't need that. It would have been cool, but we didn't need it for the story to make sense.
And you never know. I know they say the Clone Wars is over, and like chronologically, yes, it is. However, there have been times where the episodes go out of order. Maybe we'll revisit those. There'll be a Lost Missions Part 2. Who knows? Like, anything.
I feel like it would be having that would make the finale a little antiquated, because like,
this is true.
We finished, or coming back for some stuff that happened right before this.
Well, give it some time. Not this year. Give it a couple years, and then give it a couple years, bring it back, and then okay, now we're in business. Like, that would be epic. Oh man, just. Oh, and like even just seeing Darth Vader was just kind of like, dude, like, I know it's Darth Vader, but I'm just like, Anakin, no, like, not knowing for the last 20 years of my life, like bro, you knew this was gonna happen.
Like,
but
the last
still,
time we saw him, he was walking away from Ahsoka, thinking they'd meet each other again, and then the next time you see him, he's picking up her saber, thinking, well, I'll never see her again. Cause
there's another one of my friends that is dead and or a traitor. Like, oh man, like, can you imagine doing that? Like, literally, your friends, basically your family, and you just gotta go murder them all. Like, how is that? Like, I get evil, but like, bro, that's a new level. But the dark side is something else.
So yeah, like I loved Clone Wars going into this season. I love Clone Wars going into this arc, but like maybe just because I love Star Wars so much, but this arc just made this show like top 5 of favorite TV shows of all time. It's so good.
Perfect. Like it's everything you would want in like everything you want in Star Wars. Especially you got Mandalorians fighting Mandalorian, like doing combos in the air and all this crap, like all this cool stuff. You've got Order 66, which is the biggest thing in Star Wars, arguably, and like lovable characters. And just,
it's over.
It's over. Time to start again. Oh man, just
I don't know if I could watch season 1 again after
I don't either. It's gonna take a while. I'm gonna need some time.
I'm definitely not gonna watch that movie again anytime soon. That movie was bad. It was bad by 2008 standards. It's not good now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I went back to some older episodes and like the animation, you just look at it's like this looks terrible. I know it's the same show, but it looks so like everything looks so. It looks like paper mache, and then these graphics look like almost like that's the like you said, Disney budget quality. Like it's crazy how different. I know it's been a long time, but like man, the show's come a long way. But and the writing was never bad either. I mean, the same guy's doing it. Dave Filoni is a master.
Yeah,
he knows what's going on, man.
Which makes so much sense why they brought him on as a consultant for Mandalorian. Like, he knows what he's doing. Give him a minute.
Yeah, he does. Like, just give this man the keys, and we will get to the promised land. That is the move. You know, he's basically like the Kevin Feige of Star Wars right now. He's got it going on.
Yeah. Is there anything else about this entire show you want to discuss?
I can go on. I don't know. I'm just thinking about everything that's so cool and just. I don't know. Honestly, I think just the scene. I think honestly, I think the first episode is one of my favorites, just because, like
the first episode of this arc.
Yeah, this arc, yeah. Just like how the interactions and like how much I remember feeling when they like Ahsoka came back. I was like, how are you fool? Like you'll get another chance and all this like feeling. Yeah, like the I know it's like the banter and like even the way she like rolls her eyes when she realizes the blue lightsaber is like she's just like, oh my god. It's just like so genuine and then just like the siege scene where they just fly in and everything's going crazy and just jumps from ship to ship, wrecks people and jumps down, land, of course, doesn't watch the ship blow up behind her because that's what heroes do and like enter Thor Ragnarok.
Heroes do.
Oh
yeah. I love Star Wars.
I do too.
All of it.
And of course, it's Star Wars Day, so it had to be it. This was a great move, all around.
Like I was fully prepared to wait till this Friday to finish it, but like them releasing it on Star Wars Day, just
thank you,
thank you,
thank you, Star Wars.
And with that, may the Force be with you.
Always.